There are more developments in the scandal of former WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon as WWE reports an additional $5 million in improper payments made by the former head of the company. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of WWE, and don't think for a single second that Vince McMahon's departure from the company that he helped build and transform into a global multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Don't think that just because he retired/resigned in scandal, in disgrace, that all of his issues were going away. Frankly, they've only just started. And as is always the case, it can only get worse for Vince McMahon when you find out really what he has truly done over the course of the last 20 or 30 years and his improper behavior and misconduct allegations against him, because we know at this point that the NDAs and the payments made out to former female employees is in the tens of millions of dollars, but it appears that more and more NDAs, more and more payments are being discovered by WWE, by the board of directors, and therefore, being a publicly traded company, they have to be reported as expenses, and they haven't been. This is a developing story, and it's a massive story that, as I mentioned, is going to continue to develop as we learn more, as the WWE board of directors learn more, as the shareholders and stakeholders within WWE learn more, as federal investigators learn more as well, because former WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon is the focus of ongoing investigations into millions of dollars paid to former female employees to silence allegations of sexual abuse, harassment, and other misconduct. The improper payments were revealed by the Wall Street Journal. It was first reported back in June that WWE's board of directors had launched an internal investigation into a $3 million payment by McMahon made to a former company employee with whom he had had an affair. The board's investigation reportedly uncovered other non-disclosure agreements with former WWE employees who claimed misconduct by McMahon and then head of talent relations John Laurinaitis. Subsequent SEC filings revealed that a revised total of $14.6 million. Let's just pause right there. $14.6 million in payments or future payments agreed to by McMahon between 2006 and 2022. The Wall Street Journal is reporting detailed allegations alleging that McMahon paid $7.5 million to a former female talent that he had coerced into having oral sex with him. When she refused his further advances, she was demoted and then later fired. The investigation found McMahon used personal funds to make the payments. However, according to WWE, the payments were of WWE's benefits and therefore should be recorded as such. This is the big confusion. A lot of people said, well, if it was personal funds, what's the issue here? The issue is that, as I just mentioned, these were with employees of the company. These payments were to the benefit of WWE to prevent these scandals leaking to the public, to prevent further financial and reputational damage to the company. Therefore, they should have been documented in public financial filings, and they were not. As a result, the company is amending past financial reports to account for the payments. The investigation is also looking into WWE's human resources program as well as company culture as a whole. On July 22nd, McMahon announced his retirement from WWE, stepping down from his positions as chairman and CEO of the company. WWE has also parted ways with John Laurinaitis too. While McMahon is now officially out of WWE, his past actions are still casting a major shadow over the company. The investigation into his actions has now uncovered more improper spending. The latest SEC filing on Tuesday revealed an additional $5 million in payments to McMahon made to two more individuals. The company stated that the payments are unrelated to the allegations that initially led to the special committee's investigation. Therefore, as of right now, the unrecorded expenses tied to Vince McMahon and these scandals, multiple allegations, multiple sexual harassment, coercion, etc. claims now total a sum of $19.6 million. The The total, once again, of these payouts is $19.6 million that we know of right now. There could be more. This could be it, but there could possibly be more. If the way things are going, you never know. And the company he once led is now left to clean up this major financial mess. As a result, the filing of WWE's second quarter financial reports is subsequently being delayed. WWE expects to revise its financial statements from 2019, 2020, 2021 and the first quarter of this year, 2022, to account for McMahon's improper spending. WWE is also examining its disclosure controls and procedures and internal control over financial reporting. SEC and federal prosecutors are looking into the payments made by McMahon. At least 8 law firms are also investigating whether WWE engaged in unlawful business practices at the expense of investors. So this is really, really significant. Of course, all of this is significant, but the fact that we're nearly totaling $20 million in payouts to all of these employees, the fact that we're totaling nearly $20 million in unreported expenses is a major, major problem. There is so much wrong with all of this on so many fronts. Think about it. Think about how bad and how damaging this is for WWE. The reputation of one thing, the company culture, but also, as mentioned, federal investigators are looking into WWE because they weren't reporting $20 million of unrecorded expenses. That's a massive, massive, massive problem for WWE. And while Vince McMahon may be out of the picture in terms of the company, he is not out of the firing line whatsoever. He still has the majority shareholding in the WWE. Whilst he may not affect anything on a day-to-day basis anymore, whilst he not be affecting head of creative and business decisions overall, he is still tied with that company. WWE could still be in major, major trouble. Could we see major fines? Could we see more? I don't know how far and how bad this goes. My guess is, and again, this is an assumption, but this could and probably will get a lot worse. As I mentioned, there are 8 law firms investigating WWE. They don't investigate if they don't think there's anything there to investigate. So the fact that possibly more could be uncovered, the fact that more were uncovered and it was $5 million, and the fact that, again, WWE, specifically Vince McMahon, allegedly this is between 2022 and 2006, you could go back way further. Way further when it comes to WWE, because we know WWE's past is incredibly shady. We know Vince McMahon's past is unbelievably shady. This is all coming out to light now, let alone the stuff we already know about that's been well documented. Whether it's the steroid scandal, whether it's Jimmy Snuka, whether it's Owen Hart, there is so much in WWE that has been negligent and covered up, frankly. So whilst we can celebrate, whilst we can be happy about the creative direction of WWE, whilst we can be happy that Triple H is in charge of talent relations and creative and the products changing on television on Mondays and Fridays, make no mistake, WWE and Vince McMahon are not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, it's only just begun and it's only going to get worse for WWE. So keep your eyes peeled. Of course, once we get more information about all of this, we'll talk about it here on the channel, but that is the latest in the Vince McMahon scandal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestle News 365, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.